realizing now that we're on just YouTube. There's a whole bunch of like space on the right that just isn't being used. I don't know what we should do with that. I could show off the latest Patreon stickers. That could be fun. Okay. Yep. Do one of those. Do one of these. Clicking some buttons. Alright. Drawing some stuff. Move my massive tax folder over here. Sweet Jeebus. That took all day yesterday.
I'm not surprised.
Okay. What is this? What is this pencil bullshit? That's better. So we have a whole bunch of different brushes? Is that what we're saying?
Well, I think it's because you pay for Magma Studio, you've always been able to use them, but...
yeah, I don't pay for it anymore. I told them... Yeah, no, they screwed me over, so I stopped.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I had to delete my entire browser history, so I had to relog into Magma, and in the process of recalibrating things, it looks like the free version now allows us to use some of the other brushes. Nice.
I like Egg. Egg seems to be working so far. Am I streaming right now?
I think so.
Yep, there the notification just popped. Okay. I don't know what just happened. YouTube? Are you there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I accidentally close YouTube? There we go. Okay, no, we've been going. We're good. We're good.
I don't think I like any of the other brushes, but...
You know, I'm pretty dead set on round brush. I do like the occasional oval brush.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I've now totally screwed up my settings. And now I will have to redesign my brush. This one? That's not bad, but I want the hardness all the way up. Yep, there we go. Full hardness, half opacity, 80% density. Here we go. Elliot, welcome in. Mount Rushmore brush? Yeah, I don't think I have one of those. Alright, let's draw some rugbies. Ooh, that might be too soft. Maybe we'll put the density back up.
I put density on brush sensitive, or on brush pressure.
Same. Get some of these going.
I don't like the chalky. Or the graphite.
You don't like flat scatter follow?
No. Imagine that. Or broken scatter. This looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Hashtag not sponsored by Aggie. Flat repeat. Oh, that looks terrible. How can I make my paintings look more like a Xerox? Let me tell you. God, if people don't know what a Xerox is, like, I can't help you.
I guarantee there are people who do not know what a Xerox is, and that's totally fine.
Has anybody ever used a grass brush I feel like at this point, grass brush is essentially just clip art.
It pretty much is, and I have, but only for making D&D maps.
Okay.
There are a couple of leaf brushes that I made that I will use occasionally when I'm doing foliage, but you got to be real careful and purposeful about those.
I think egg's probably my favorite so far.
I'm just gonna stick with the round brush.
Yeah. Same.
Man, what is happening to my voice today?
Yep. That's it. Got it in one. It's not. Oh, how was everyone's week? People had a nice time at the secret stream yesterday.
I enjoyed the little bit that I got to catch at the beginning.
I worked on a lot of weird stuff yesterday. I gotta finish up the Nutcracker today, so I can start a new commission tomorrow, which will be good. Xerox my allergies from yesterday, but a bit less tired. I did get the stickers ordered for the next Patreon bundle. I'm going to get the little Black Mage sticker printed up. So that'll be fun. Might work on some more stuff before that goes out. I'd like to get another video out, but we'll see. I have a commission to work on tomorrow. And then I might be able to work on a video after that. There's going to be a lot of commissions coming up. Which is good. It's good. It's good to have work.
Yeah.
Too much poof. Too much hair poof. Finished the new Avatar series. I liked it. I think it was good.
The live action one?
Yeah. I have some like minor critiques of like I wish they would have, but okay, I have that for everything. So overall,
Yeah.
Overall enjoyed it. Good. Would watch again. Quiet today.
Yeah.
It is Wednesday. It's almost... Actually, I don't know when Easter is. I also don't know when St. Patrick's Day is. I feel like I should celebrate those. In some shape or another. Slurp, 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 slurp. How's the volume on this? It looks fine. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Sunday. St. Patrick's Day is Sunday. Gotcha. Let's go get some corned beef. I suppose I could make corned beef. It's not that hard.
And it should. Well, let's see. Wait. I was gonna say it should be okay for you because it's a different salt, but it might still be sodium.
Oh no, it's way too much sodium and meat. Like, it's nothing good for me.
Yeah.
It's very bad for me. And I used to eat it like every day when I worked at the pub.
Oh no.
Because I was like, oh yeah, this is super good for me. It's just meat. Nope. Nope, 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 nope.
Meat that has been pickled and then spice cured and
Yep.
boiled, yeah. I'm trying to remember what salt here is it. Is it sodium bisulfate?
Do they use a specific type of salt?
Yeah.
I just used kosher salt. I guess that's not true. Because even when we buy it, when we bought it as like corned beef already, so it had some of the liquid already in it and stuff.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
I didn't actually add that much salt of anything. Just added we added beer and chicken stock, I think, or beef stock. I think beef stock. You have Palm Sunday in between. All right.
Yeah. The beef usually used in corning is potassium nitrate.
Got it.
You usually also use some salt as well. But potassium nitrate is the one that preserves the pinkish color.
Gotcha. Yeah, nitrates make meats look real good. Sodium nitrate is the one they put in like literally everything else, like hot dogs and
Yep.
lunch meats. And I should not eat that, so.
Yeah, me neither. Seem to still be able to process sodium just fine, but potassium is a problem.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. Oh boy.
Bless you.
Sorry, that blew out my microphone even though I was facing away. I should really do
Through the Discord too bad, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, CRISPR on Discord's pretty good. I think for YouTube, you're getting just like the pure unadulterated feed.
Oh no. Sorry, YouTube. I would say come hang out in the Discord instead, but I think Rook needs the ad revenue.
I mean, until somebody sponsors the stream. I feel sorry for bad people, but at least it wasn't wearing earphones.
Yeah.
Oh, VOD bot people got it.
Yeah.
I need to go back through and put like a warning, sneeze incoming. There we go. Helldiver Rugby. My rocket backpack.
Have you still been playing just tons of Helldivers?
Yeah, it's basically the only thing we've been playing. I have a D&D game tonight, which is going to be good, but Kevin the Necromancer bought Helldivers, so I'll play that more with him too. It's one of the, I would say, argue one of the better co-op games that's come out this year. Mostly everything else has been single player thus far. Except, I guess that's not true. Lethal Company was multiplayer, but that kind of died real fast.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Welcome in. Welcome to YouTube. Helldiver Rugby.
I've actually been thinking about Helldivers a fair bit since I watched you guys play it. I don't think I want to play the video game version of it, but I'm kind of interested in learning Starfinder.
Oh, yeah?
for it.
Bugs! Some of my friends that are playing it have basically unlocked everything and maxed out everything, and so they're just waiting for the next patch already. Hobdalorian? What does that mean? DeLorean? Like a car? Thank you, Elliot, by the way. Let me turn off the... turn off the stuff, because I said I would. I should put that. I should put a sponsor a stream. I hope YouTube doesn't get mad at me for doing this. Do you want a hobgoblin? Well, I forgot to turn on the... Oh, a Mandalorian goblin. Got it. I kind of just did that, but we can do another one if you want. We've been doing the... What is this? Nope, that's not what I want. Uh-oh. There we go. It is Super Chap Moblin March. So we will draw a tiny Mandalorian goblin before we start this up. How you doing, Dalcor? That's good.
And the thing that YouTube might get mad about is the thing Rook or YouTube might get mad about is Rook turning off the monetization midstream because
Yeah.
somebody paid him to.
No comment. But that is what happened. Yeah, they're still getting paid. Man, I don't remember what the Mandalorian's helmet looks like now. I think it's visored. But does it have the Spartan guards?
I don't think so.
It's all the Helldiver stuff. I thought I might make a good sticker. Maybe. Honestly, though, I don't make a lot of stickers. Like, I don't sell a lot of stickers. There's the sad part of it. Stickers are basically just for the Patreon members.
Here's a couple Mandalorian helmets.
Oh, yeah. Much higher.
They got the cheap cutouts.
Much, much higher eye lines. Space Romans.
Yeah. Yeah. That is accurate.
I was going to go over to secondhand books yesterday, and then I realized they were closed when I was trying to go over there, and I was like, they don't open until like 10 a.m. And it's just like, dang it, that's when I do stuff. So, I'll have to go over there another day. Bum, 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 bum. So they yesterday they had a patch for Helldivers because they released the big mechs, and they were like, we noticed that when people were playing the mechs, if they were turning right and firing missiles, they could turn into their own missiles and kill themselves. So we've adjusted that, and we're like, hey, all right. And now, if you're doing that with a regular rocket launcher, you can kill yourself. And it's like, well, what did you guys do? So it's always funny when the devs like fix something and break something else. Yeah.
Would you be willing to do lunch tomorrow?
Thursday? Yeah, I can do that.
Half price? Half price? when you're half priced.
Wait, they have...
Place I like.
Oh, okay. I'm like, they have food at the bookstore?
It's in a strip mall, so
Gotcha.
there's a food option right next to it.
Everything is over by South Center.
Yep.
Costco, half-price books. It's like...
That's why. I mean, never mind. I was gonna say something.
It's
Don't
like
dox yourself.
yeah.
Don't dox yourself.
I mean, everything in Seattle is within 20 miles of itself, so
Yes.
it's all close by. I'm gonna give him a rocket launcher too, and a little Boba Fett backpack.
Why is it there?
Food truck at a bookstore sounds like a type of event I would want to attend. Man, not as a bookstore owner though. I'd be like, please,
Yeah.
please don't put your greasy fingers all over my books. If I've learned anything from working at a food truck, people are just disgusting. That's all I'm saying. Got to get the goblin ears. There we go. It's me, Gobble Fett. Boy, howdy, here we go.
Oh my god. How is it that I have never seen somebody do a gobbo fett before?
Because it's a stupid idea.
It's glorious and brilliant. What are you talking about?
I don't see goblins being like well-disciplined military.
You don't know.
I can see like goblin sand raiders, or maybe what is it? The Jawas. Jawas are little tiny like kobolds essentially.
Yeah. Nobody says they have to play the type.
Yep. I guess it's like one of those Starbucks in a bookstore. That's more for the coffee than the pastries, but all right. There's our little goblin friend. We'll put him down here. There we go. Elvin Hare, welcome in. Let's get some rolling done. I'm gonna roll some dice. We're gonna figure some stuff out. I cleaned up everything and put all my dice in a box.
Flip one, put the dice in the box.
Cut a hole in the box. Put your dice in a box.
And use it as a,
Dice tower. 21. Possessed scarecrow, head and torso are one singular burlap sack. Wears worn out overalls. Eyes are sewn shut. This is terrifying. I don't like this.
They're literally having you dry berry stories to tell in the dark.
See, it kind of. It sounds like rugby, but as a scarecrow. So.
It does kind of.
Dun, 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 dun. Or like a weird farm SpongeBob. This is what I feel like they've asked me to draw.
Yeah. That feels about right to me.
I can't tell if this is supposed to be a joke character or like a serious, terrifying character.
Fiddlesticks. It's supposed to be fiddlesticks.
Something that does, like, I will kind of critique this character is when people want scarecrows with like big gaping mouths. It's like all of their fluff will fall out. Like it's straw. Like you can't.
Yeah, or the crows will climb inside and
Start piloting
make
it.
make a nest inside. Yeah.
Gotta sew that shit closed. Gotta sew it closed.
I kind of wish you hadn't said start piloting it, because now someone's gonna ask you to draw a crow
mech?
inside a mech. Yeah.
This might be a quick one. I don't know how I busted this out so fast, but you know, here it is. It was like just enough detail that I just like got a picture of it.
It probably helps that it doesn't, like, it's a scarecrow, right? So it doesn't need anything more.
True.
Whereas my little twig leshy, I made the mistake of going super detailed.
I mean, I guess I could go back and add some detail to this, right? Like, this is a great first sketch. But I could go back and actually, like, texturize the bag and the clothes. Why not?
Yeah.
That took like 2 seconds. Let's do it again. You don't want to have a room draw a scarecrow. If you lose the Corvid, we lose the stream. Oh, you don't want to have Rook draw a scarecrow. Gotcha. Terror Timmy's sack pants. Yeah. It's the same thing with like eyes sewn shut. It's like there was a sack. You're sewing the eyes in. Should just change the channel to Rook critiques people's art descriptions.
Rook teaches people how to tell him what to draw.
Rook tells you what he's going to draw for you.
I mean, isn't that what this has always been?
I guess so.
To some extent.
Oh, my wrist is all screwed up. Uh-oh. What happened? There we go. No, that's not right. I got sidetracked. There we go. Every now and again I'll get a message on Discord, and when I check it I lose the chat. It's just like, where was I? It's not quite the I'm gonna fire on my laser that the Nutcracker was yesterday, but it's still kind of pop-it-ish. Yeah, it does feel like I've given him, like, button eyes. Maybe if we do more stitches, it'll be more creepy.
Yeah, maybe.
Finally got a stream. Welcome in, Dragon Turtle. Hope you're doing well. Always love white shapes. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. So I have to buy a set of dice for an upcoming campaign. Would you recommend a site or possibly choice of metals versus resin dice? I like metal dice, but they're heavy. I just got some pretty cool ones from... Let me see what this is. Roll the number 4 and then Initiative, not a sponsor. But they make a really unique square 4-sided die, which I really like. I really, really like it. So I use those in some of the YouTube shorts. Roll 4 Initiative. Yeah, not a sponsor. Maybe sponsor me. But check those out. I think they make metal ones, but I think they're mostly resin. When it comes to metal dice, bronze is my favorite. It's very heavy. It looks cool. A little pricey. I only have one set of those, but I like them. Got them at PAX one year. Don't remember the place I got them from, though. Unfortunately.
I think I generally prefer resin dice, and I'll usually do clear dice because I think that they are less likely to be weighted poorly. But honestly, the way I buy dice is I get one of those grab bags of like 20 different sets of dice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go through and I'll see which ones roll interestingly. Because I never want just high or just low, and then I toss everything else in the bucket.
Have we talked about the bullshit that is dice fairness?
Probably.
I'm very particular about dice texture. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
So like the reason that spin down dices are Dalcor, just a heads up, you're drawing on the bird. Okay, that's fine. It's going to be real tiny.
I'll move it around later.
Okay.
You need more space? I can scoot over
No, I'm
and get
fine.
the space.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you're aware, the bird is like right here on the stream. So,
On the YouTube.
on the YouTube, yeah.
What you're drawing is getting covered over.
Anyways, so dice fairness, like the weight of your dice matters a lot more on a D6 than anything else, or a D4. But as the dice get higher, it's less important, and that is also one of the reasons that the dice numbers are alternating. So the 20 is next to the 20 is next to the 1, and the 19 is next to the 2. So that even if there is a favored side, you still have a pretty even distribution of high and low numbers. So for the most part, like, your dice being absolutely balanced is kind of not necessary. But because it takes a lot to weight a die, like,
Yeah.
so the favored side, like doing the saltwater test, it's like doesn't really matter, especially if you just huck it.
Yeah. I'm well aware it is all like dice superstition.
Yeah.
Like, none of it's real. It's all made up. But you know, we build preferences and
Sure.
superstition into it.
I at one point in my life bought like I have a chronometer, so I can test the speed of bullets and arrows that I was crafting myself.
Uh-huh.
And I discovered that while yes, it's good to have that, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, it was too much. It's at a certain point, like, fine tuning things just doesn't matter. So depends on what you're into, and it's fun to do that stuff anyways. So knowing you have like a perfectly fair set of dice is a thing in its own, but it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
I've never seen a set of dice that Laura Bailey couldn't put in dice jail.
Yeah. Second iteration, a lot more detail.
Uh-oh, Ag's chugging for me.
How does dice jail work? Always using digital. Do you stay in do you stay in there forever? Or do you just for a session or until you feel like letting them out? Yeah, I don't know how it works digitally.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never put a dice in dice jail.
I will generally, like, if I know I'm going to play a character for a handful of sessions, I'll get like a set of dice just for them.
Yeah.
And so I've had characters that are just like shit. It's like, well, these dice suck, but it's the character. It's who they are now.
I usually, when I build a dice set, I will usually choose like maximum 3 d20s and kind of confine myself to them. And then the dice that I worry about more are the smaller dice that I'm likely to need more of. Because, you know, especially for a wizard, you start casting, start collecting wands of magic missile, you very suddenly need a lot of d4s.
My wand YouTube short did not go over well. Just nobody saw it, which makes me sad. I would love a wand that gave you like +1 damage to each of your dice. It would make magic missiles super good.
Yeah.
Belief makes the gods matter. So So we believe in dice gods probably helps keep the dice gods' fate and power. They're replaced with blessings or curse. Yeah. I feel like they are. They don't like that I trash talk them all the time. Made me hungry with the chopsticks. Yeah. Chopsticks are the way to go. I don't like the eye thing. It just doesn't look right. One, because it's just a burlap sack, you know.
Yeah.
Because I would just I would put either buttons or I would like hollow out the eyes and then have them glow. So maybe I'll put like the eye holes. And then we'll just like kind of stitch it up. Like trying to keep the eyes closed. That's kind of creepy. For liberty. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm my part.
Yep. I think I'm done with this abomination. Whatever it is I think I've done, I don't know.
I'm almost done with my abomination. I've accidentally made a character I want to play, though.
Could definitely do it. Play them puppets.
If Chad is interested, character would be a divine, would be a twig leshy that thinks it's a luck tree. You know, a tree that you make a wish and you tie a charm or a ribbon on.
It's just tied up with stuff. Please stop. To the roll, then they dissolve away. Just throw the bag of 3 dice sets at a boss. Oh, okay. +1 damage dice. Sounds like a weapon. Like you're throwing a dice at the target, maybe a legendary consumable item. Throw the dice at whatever there, take damage accordingly. I was looking at the Pathfinder. I got a book for my birthday. What was it called? The Tarot. That doesn't sound right.
The Harrow deck.
The Harrow deck, yeah. And there's a few feats in there for the Magus where they can throw the cards, like Gambit style.
Yeah.
You could do that with dice. That'd be really funny. Start hucking dice around. Nice, Dalcor. Got a little crow for the scarecrow.
Yep.
I've been leaving snacks out for the crows around my house. And they come by when I'm not looking.
I have like 2 or 3 crows that always will like eat stuff out the front of my driveway. My cat just stares at them and chirps.
We've got a whole bunch of little budgie things. Whatever these little fuckers are.
Like finches or whatever.
They look like finches, but they're not finches. We just looked it up. It's like,
Darlings?
no. I did this last time, too, because I said budgies, and then I was corrected, and I was like, damn it. I always confuse those two.
I don't know.
Black-capped chickadees. The American Dipper.
Oh, chickadees.
Is it chickadees?
Yeah.
Brown-headed cowbirds.
No need to be rude. They didn't choose the name.
Dark-eyed juncos? What? Freaking woodpeckers. Yep. Little chickadees. What are those, though? Crossbills? Okay. Our birds want to eat them. The cats just like want to eat the birds. It's ridiculous. We put a little bird feeder like on the window, and they just love it. Corvids are smart. They grow. They're a great way to make crows like you. Yeah. Yep. Feed the ravens and crows. They should be feasting on you sometime in the future. Yeah, you want to make sure they're in good health. Otherwise, it could take a while. I think all mages should have some type of selectable default attack comparable with a weapon, but slightly worse. Like Sacred Flame, and that can be modified to a wand. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what the cantrips are supposed to be. But in most cases, the cantrips don't scale well because they don't keep up with gear items. Which is why I was saying like a magic wand should really be a focus that just augments your cantrips. And I think Pathfinder does a better job of having your cantrips scale, but they still feel a little lackluster, and I don't know. I think that is because they aren't gear dependent. So, who knows? Reverend Master, welcome in. Oh, I feel like my thumb's out of place. That could be a thing. I'm rolling dice. I rolled a 17. Plasmoid Soul Knife with 1 level in Warlock, to have access to Armor of Shadows. Okay. What is Armor of Shadows?
I don't know.
Bloop.
If you've got that down, I'm ready to roll, but I don't know what
Yeah,
I'm
go
rolling
ahead.
yet.
Roll a D20 and a D8.
Uh, 16.
Shadow Signet, I think it's called. Lizard Folk Swarmkeeper Ranger with javelins as preferred weapons. And a swarm of spectral piranhas. Lizard Folk Swarmkeeper Ranger, javelins and piranhas.
Okay.
The Plasmoid Warlock.
Ooh, do I want to do a gator in the water?
That would be pretty funny. I basically feel cantrips in P2E scale, but they keep making excuses for the one ring for why you can't get gear-based items.
Well,
You can make an excuse for the one ring for... I'm going to read that again. One second. It's basically what I feel cantrips in Pathfinder 2nd Edition scale, but they keep making the excuses for this one ring for why you can't get gear-based items. I don't know what you mean. Please clarify. It's important enough to make the description.
The other reason that spellcasters' cantrips aren't as good is because they get more damage in terms of spells, right? So they get a more powerful resource, so their basic attacks.
They blame all the gear excuses on why they don't add anything to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Oh, that's interesting. Pathfinder 2nd Edition gear is like super customizable and really, really weirdly scaled, which is kind of cool. There's even a thing in the book that we just found that essentially says instead of having your players have to spend money to upgrade weapons, just have it follow the path of their characters. So every level they have a list of like, you upgrade this, and then the next level their weapon is now a +1 weapon with potency rune. At level 3 it's a +1 weapon with a potency rune and a striking rune. And then at level 4 or 5, all of a sudden it becomes a level 2 weapon. And you just do that. You just give them the bonuses to it passively, which I think is kind of a cool idea. Instead of having to have them follow it around and find enchanters and stuff. Oops, I turned off our little friend. Hold on. Nope. This one? Nope. Did I draw it all in the same layer? I did not. Okay. This one. There we go. Spells upscale. They do, yeah. Yeah, especially I really like the free heightening system that works in Pathfinder. Armor of Shadows. You can cast mage armor on yourself at will without expending a spell slot or material components. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why mage armor isn't just a cantrip at this point. Kind of like that the warlocks can do it. That's pretty neat. Especially the Abjuration Wizard. It's just like, wake up, cast a spell, get your spell slot back. It's just like, what is the point of this? Cantrips scale with levels because the assumption that the caster will never get extra attacks or actions with the expectation of a bladesinger or a sorcerer. Spells. I mean, yeah, they all look scale. It's good. I also like Pathfinder has some really great ways of dealing with kind of the mundanity of spell slots. I've enjoyed the Pathfinder spell system, like using extra actions or multiple turns.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit peeved about how strictly Vancian it is.
Vancian? What do you mean?
Vancian magic system is the name for the very strict spell slot system where. It basically says you have to prepare the spell in the slot, and you only get to cast exactly what you prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, in terms of,
I like that. Not like I like that little bit of hey, preparation is important.
Yeah.
I also feel like, to me, that's what sorcerers really should have been. That should be the benefit of sorcerers. Is just sorcerers can cast anything they want. They just, they only know very little, and it makes them tired.
Yeah. The reason I specifically get frustrated with it with Pathfinder is this might have been more of a problem in first edition than it is in second edition, because I haven't seen it too much yet, but or in our game yet. But in first edition, there were a lot of really cool utility spells that never saw the light of day. They never got used because you had to be because the magic was very fancy and you had to be very specific about your preparation, and that usually meant that you had to take the most generally useful spells possible.
Yeah, I've run into that as well. I think that's. I have two arguments for this. And they're kind of in counter of each other, but I just want to kind of talk them out.
Okay.
I think what you're talking about is people basically saying, like, why would I take summon steeds when I could just take another fireball, right? Like,
Yeah.
So it's just
Exactly.
it doesn't. So people try to optimize it by only taking fireball, which then leaves them without any of those utility spells. On the other side of it, I've had players do things like build characters around those concepts, which is what I did with my bard. Right? It's just like, I'm not going to take any damaging spells. I'm only going to take utility spells because that's what I want to do. But like, I had a player that just did nothing but grease and levitation. That was really funny. But there were a lot of times when it was just like they were just floating around the room and just like, I don't have any spells. Like, this is my character. So I think part of it is, I don't know if it's the system or the players, because I could definitely see the.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's also the GM, because if the GM is trying to do something like interesting or a little bit tricksy, then spellcasters can't be prepared, or so it can take a lot of the fun out of GMing, because I like to pull an 11th hour plot twist.
Yeah, I don't know. I think part of the problem we have specifically with our group is you let us prepare too much for the individual item, or the individual campaign we're doing, right? Like, because it's a serialized thing, people are trying to figure out what we're doing, and then they specialize their spells into it. Whereas, like, I've had friends in the past where we do long campaigns that things like Summon Steed and or Spectral Horses, I think it was called. Like, he just always had it in his back pocket because it's like, we never know when we're going to have to make an escape. Like, it's good to have. Kind of the same thing with, like, do you think we'll need Revivify today? It's like you should always have Revivify. You just always have it. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Basically, what this ring does allows you to instead go after target's AC, but go for fort and reflex, but the attack is still an attack at those DCs. Had to check my grammar on that last one. Yeah, I don't know what that ring is. Let me know what that is, and I'll take a look at it. But generally, one item should not break the game, because then you could just remove that item. But hey, Rook, I saw that you had a day where you drew monsters for the viewers. Would you do that for magic items? Probably not, because I like drawing characters for people. Magical items are fun to draw, but a ring's a ring, So
we have done. Let's see. There was one sword timber that we spent like 1 or 2 streams drawing items, and it was not as fun.
Yeah. I'm basically going to give the thing just like weird shadow armor. And then turn it into ooze. Shadow Signet was added in Secret of Magic, and now it's the GM's core. Looks like haven't checked through.
Shadow Signet.
Activate free action, meta magic. If the next action is cast a spell that requires a spell attack roll against an armor class, choose Fortified DC or Reflex DC. You make your spell attack rolls against the defense instead of the AC. If the spell has multiple targets, the choice DC is applied to all of them. That's kind of cool.
Which system is that for?
This is for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It's 1,000 gold. It's a worn item. Obsidian Ring allows you to partially wrap spells through the shadow plane, allowing them to strike directly at the target's body. So it's essentially giving you back... one, it's a magic...
AC?
Yeah, it's touch AC. It lets you basically flip over to touch AC. It's a level 10 item. That's kind of cool. I like it. Wait, you're drawing people's characters? How does that work? And do you do only D&D and or medieval high fantasy? Dragon Turtle, so the way this works is it is a one-sentence character suggestion. And essentially you can either do tabletop RPG. So if you have like a Cyberpunk or a Starfinder or something, that's fine as well. No fan art, no mimics. Just, yeah. So generally we get a lot of fantasy, but we do occasionally do like sci-fi stuff. So.
Yeah. And we're open to any system so long as we can look it up on the internet if we don't know what the creature is.
Yeah.
We need to be able to know what we're supposed to be representing, that's all. I've done some really weird things.
Fantasy systems basically turn casters into gunslingers as they can only cast what they reload into their mind and expend the spells from the list once they've used it.
That's not inaccurate.
If I draw a mimic, it's going to be an intimidate. So
Yeah. Yep, that's the problem I have with mimics.
And the reason for the rule of no mimics.
you can believe anything I'm drawing is a mimic, but it won't look like a mimic.
Yep. It's the same thing with changelings. It's a half-dwarf changeling. It's like, well, then it's a half-dwarf. Like, I'm drawing a half-dwarf. Like, that's it.
I'm actually tempted to roll. I've never done this before.
If you want, yeah, go for it.
Do it.
D20 and D8?
Yes. You could roll a d20 and a d6 if you want.
Oh, well, I got a 4.
A Leonid storm sorcerer of Theros. One who sails through the seas battling with monsters of the deep. Storm sorcerer, lion, pirate. What do we got here? Vampire the Masquerade, Aztec Vampire Sun Priest. I'll put it on the list, scumbag. You got it. Why no mimics? It sounds like there's a story there. People are like to abuse the rules. That's why. Because then we get things like Batman, but it's a mimic. Or...
Yeah, long story short, because when everything's a mimic...
Nothing's a mimic. If you wanted them to draw Blue Planet dolphin pilots, they will. Just be clear with the description. Someone suggested that the other day, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of...
That was on the... I think that was on the list last week. It's like a dolphin piloting a mech or something. Although, I do, like I said, no fan art. Like, it's not supposed to be, hey, draw this anime I like, right? I want it to be your character. If it's not your character, let other people get their characters drawn. Dalcor, are you going to go to SakuraCon?
No. I'm busy preparing for a trip that I'm going on.
Nice.
Speaking of which, I actually need to message everybody figuring
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, around that time.
Kevin the Necromancer might be free.
Yeah. Thankfully, not too far. but yeah.
River is the kitty that needs to be babysat.
Yeah, not really. I have people check on her like every other day.
Okay. Just need to make sure she's fed.
Yep. And that has water because she had to find a water dish.
Yeah.
I just saw the scarecrow. It's amazing. Yeah, Jordan, great. I'm glad. That was an interesting suggestion. I was not sure what to do with that, but it came out real quick. So
I need to make an accurate piranha shape now.
meatball.
Yeah, they're smart little buggers, aren't they?
Yep.
Interface isn't working as much as I.
The interface isn't?
No, I'm drawing on my iPad.
Ah. Are you using the pencil or the brush?
Using the brush. But no, I'm saying that like it takes me like 3 or 4 button presses on a menu item for it to actually like
Ew.
select.
Yuck.
I run into that as well with my Wacom.
Hmm.
Actually, so I do think it's probably just a baggy. I basically, if I need to select something new, I have to go to my mouse.
Yeah. When was the last time you went to a convention? Quarantine university back to back just ruined the traditions of my friend group. Yeah, we used to go to PAX every year. And I haven't done that in a while. I think I went to Comic-Con. I think I went to Emerald City. Was it Comic-Con? A year or two ago. I went a year or two ago. I wore my mask, like my Rook mask. So that was kind of nice. Maybe that was Gen Con.
Not Jack.
No. Oh, it was Emerald City. Yeah, it was Emerald City Comic Con. I'm pretty sure it was Emerald City Comic Con. Okay, I think I'm about done with this one. Gotta add the bones. If you don't have the bones, how does it stand up?
Trade me your bones.
Trade me your bones? Oh no.
No, I like my bones. You give me your bones.
Give me your bones. Apparently TikTok might not be a thing anymore.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which this morning I got inundated on my shorts feed with like a bunch of crap from TikTok. So I think people are trying to like bring their stuff over here. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. I can understand that.
Have the internet. I know this is a bad idea. Yeah.
One of those things where like I actually don't know where I fall. Like I think I understand, but also it's a bit weird.
Make him a tad like Oogie Boogie. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go back and edit it. Sorry, Jordan. Yeah, we're past that sketch. So. Okay, I don't think I need any more shadow stuff. Maybe if we just make it a little like oozing, not oozing, seething? It's like steaming. Whoosh. Reminds me of the Saurians in the Dragon's Dogma, just Croc. Dragon Dogma. That's an anime? I don't know what that one is. I think the Saurians were the dinosaur people in Doctor Who, right?
Dragon's Dogma is a D&D game.
Dragon Dogma? Okay. Nice.
I think Saurians were also people in Doctor Who, though, so I
Yeah.
think you're wrong.
I'm rolling the dice. Here we go. Oh man, I was just playing Dragon's Dogma. Interesting. I haven't seen that yet. Is it a module? 15. Male air genasi with cloud-like hair in military fatigues with goggles. Firing lightning from an umbrella? Okay. Storm genasi, I guess. Do some blue. I generally don't do the pose. So maybe, I don't know if I want to draw it firing from the umbrella. Because then I have to draw a whole pose to figure that out. I've drawn Spider-Man. Spider-Man! A lot of middle teen rolls today. There have been a couple days where I roll the exact same number like 3 or 4 times in a row. I hate it. The dice gods want me to suffer. It's made by Capcom? What pose should I do here? I guess we could try to get the umbrella in there. I feel like if you're shooting lightning out of an umbrella, you should look like a fencer or something. I guess you could be holding it like a rifle instead of like a sword. So many options. Military fatigues, huh? That could be anything. Which military? Why are they so tired? In a perfect warlock would only get cantrips, but they spend spell slots to modify them. Cast Firebolt, spending a 3rd level spell slot to add an AoE radius and or dot damage. I mean, you could flavor it that way for sure. I think that would be pretty interesting. Because essentially you would just pick the spells that are up scaled versions of your cantrips, like Fireball. That would make perfect sense. I like that a lot, actually. And then you just have to kind of describe what you're doing. So what happens if you don't get to requests rolled over the next stream? Pool of next suggestion? I'm guessing once per person. Yeah, once per person per stream, and then we do the streams normally on Wednesday and Friday, which I think I will be doing it on Friday unless something else comes up. But so we carry it over for the week, and then on Monday I put up a new poll, and people can put their suggestions there or come to the stream for that week and post it again. So we keep it for 2 streams, and then we reset them. Hey, my windy boy is being drawn. Nice, Cosmic. Is this? Do you want this as a windy boy? I was gonna make this a very not masculine, militarized. Yeah, militarized. Just because I like drawing wind elementals as women with them curves. Gotta get them curves. Trying to put the cloud in the hair is, I think, going to be the part that's going to screw me up. Because I want to do, like, long, wispy, like, whoo. But I might have to do, like, Luffy hair. Yeah, same time. Usually about 11 o'clock. Nope, I hate this. Hold on. Let's try again. Something's up with this pen. It's not making me happy. Oops. Density, minimum size. Yep. Do I have my minimum size up a little bit? Is that what? Yeah, I do. Okay. Okay. Is it just me, or does the lizardfoot look happy there? I mean,
he does have a little bit of a smile.
I'm naked.
He's a swamp pumpy. So I did give him a little bit of a grin, yes.
I was gonna say give him a little bit of a booty, but
yeah. That's how I make sure that they are considered a lizard folk and not just
Dragonborns would have the junk flopping about.
Same principle, but yeah.
Is that a dragon folk or a lizard folk? I don't know. Check their bits.
Yep. Do they have external genitalia or internal?
I'm struggling with this one.
I was struggling at first with mine as well. I think I'm doing better. I definitely haven't drawn any aliens before. So.
I must have lucked out because this one just came to me.
I think I'm struggling with the when I draw air genasi, I always, like I said, kind of flowy, kind of curvy, and I'm trying to not do that, and my brain is stalling out on trying to think of like military uniforms.
Yep. You could do the Spanish military thirst trap.
What's that?
It's a gaming. Here you go. Processing. This is their actual uniforms.
What's the dance off? Shoot, is it Pakistan and India?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me look this up. Yeah. India and Pakistan border perform Independence Day dances. Here we go. Copy at current time.
A lot of old school military stuff was really all about them legs. I have a friend in the Army Reserve, and he says that the shorts that they have to wear for certain training exercises are so short that everybody wears like jammers or some they wear some sort of spandex something underneath it so they don't fall out of their shorts.
Funny. Dun, dun.
Man, don't skip leg day. Yeah, Elliot, I'm definitely skipping leg day today. My hips are killing me.
Man, if you ask 1,000 people to draw cloud hair, you can get 1,000 different things.
Yeah, well, yeah, because nobody actually knows what clouds look like.
Yeah, but if you like say flame hair, like you get similar results, but like, man,
That's fair.
I typed cloud genasi into Google, and it's like they're all different. They're all just wildly different.
See, when you said cloud hair, I was thinking of Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah. I guess I didn't type that in, did I? Just spikes for days.
Yeah, that one everybody does exactly the same.
Yeah. How many polys do you want? I don't know. 6? Give me the 6 poly special.
What can the system bear?
How's this, Cosmic? Is this going in the right direction? The suggestions can't be a scene. No, generally we just want the character. Just because of time constraints.
Although Druid occasionally does some scenes.
Yeah, don't suggest that, because I will not do them. If I roll them, I will not do them. That one Pathfinder Sylph artwork where the guy with a sword, sunglasses, and lightning poured out of his eyes was so cool. Yeah, I really like the Genasi stuff for Pathfinder. It looks really good. Because hashlings are the way, so you got to pay the nesting fees. Yeah, scenes cost extra, feet cost extra. There's a pay scale.
I should be charging for this, but I'm not. So be grateful. Praise the dice gods.
It's never a good time when you have to like be grateful for what I'm doing. You ungrateful little shits. Just like get really aggressive. Don't you know how good of a person I am right now? How dare you?
You know what I would have given to have somebody do this for me when I was your age? Go full boomer on you.
If I have to do anything, everyone should be thanking Elliot right now for me turning off, for sponsoring the stream so that we can not have ads.
That is a thank you, Elliot.
Everyone should be thanking Elliot. Yep.
If you do get ads, let us know.
Yep, let me know. You probably still get the, like, when you sign up, like, jump in. I think there's still the pre-roll ads.
Yeah.
I can't turn those off. But the mid-roll ads are turned off, as far as I'm aware. Defenestrated goblin sounds fun. What is... I know that word. What does that word mean?
Defenestrated means thrown out of a window.
Okay. If I take a sketch in for a tattoo. I've done a few tattoos in my day.
I think a tattoo artist would have a difficult time since I am a painter.
Yeah, no, maybe not. It depends. You'd have to find the right tattoo artist. But
Yeah.
my experience with that has mostly been... you find a tattoo artist you like, you go to an artist you like, and you say, hey, I need a tattoo in this style. And then the tattoo artist won't charge you for designing it, but they will probably have to redraw it anyways. So they're probably going to charge you for that anyhow. So you might just want to get the tattoo artist to do your art.
To do your artwork, yeah.
Yeah. But good tattoo artists will also be able to say, like, hey, you want this drawn? I can do that, or I can't do that. Let me find you someone who can. I'm trying to do like this jacket. I'm trying to do like this army jacket. And it's just not doing what I want. Okay, I see what I did. It shouldn't have colors. Mr. Jonas, welcome in.
Hey, Jonas.
I wish I could have named the cloud type. I'm not too knowledgeable. Yeah, me neither. Also, like, if you would have said, like, cumulonimbus clouds for hair, like, I don't know what that would mean. Like, it's all, clouds are clouds. That's at the end of the day. You can only draw clouds so many ways with a pencil sketch, so. Seems like you're going more admiral. Yeah, it feels more right. Did you want, like, because you said fatigues, but like fantasy fatigues or like U.S. military fatigues? Like it didn't. Might have needed more. But also, I think this is a pretty good representation of this character, especially if they have like sky powers. I think sky. Navy, something like that. Navy or Air Force would make more sense. petticoat? Yeah, kind of. What if Mary Poppins joined the military?
Well, that military would be incredibly overpowered and could not lose in any war.
Right.
Superpowers.
Sky Captain and the Legion of Tomorrow. Yeah. Top Gun fantasy style. Adrian also riding dragons would be pretty funny. Delco, do you think I should put that freezer in the shed or cover it? Do you think it's all right at the back porch?
I honestly think it's fine on the back porch.
It seems pretty well, like, sealed and stuff.
Yeah, I mean... I guess it depends on how much sitting water you have. If you have sitting water that's ever going to go above, like, a couple of inches...
No. Nope. I got nothing like that, yeah. Rook the Butcher, that's what they're going to call me. Start storing all my large cuts of meat. You know, I can't pass up a deal. I feel like I'm going to schlep all these books over there. And then they're going to be like, here's $2. I'll be like, cool. $2 is better than throwing it away, I guess.
It's also possible that they... I mean, I don't know.
I remember when I used to work at a Game Crazy, and there would be times when people would bring in like broken systems and stuff. They'd be like, how much can I get for this? And I'd be like, nothing. They're like, well, and then they would just leave. it's like, got it. Like, leave all their shit on the table, just walk out. It's like, well, it's your problem now. It's like, great, thanks, man. I like the idea that this guy's just like constantly misting cloud floofs everywhere. I'm much happier with this than the first 2 sketches I did.
That's good.
Took a little while to get here, but I think we did it.
Well, the first ones weren't quite as serious if characterized, right?
No, I mean like the first 2 sketches I did of this character.
Oh. Okay. I've been so wrapped up in my own thing that I did not realize you had done 2 other sketches of that character.
I forgot how hands work. Can you imagine the immunity? Yeah, right.
I'm just gonna place some on your water right there.
That's fine.
This raft.
No.
Not interesting enough for us to attack.
Just a little bird sitting on top. Medulla oblongata. Got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Adam Sandler is definitely going to go down as one of those, like, in my book, like, I love some Adam Sandler movies. Like, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And other ones just like, what the hell's going on in this movie?
Yep.
I think Adam Sandler is probably one of my least favorite comedians.
Waterboy.
I was gonna say Waterboy is fantastic.
Waterboy.
I think literally the only
Yeah.
film of his that I like.
I like
I haven't seen a lot of
Waterboy.
his films because I just don't like
Yeah.
them.
50 First Dates, I like, even though it's a weird, questionable movie, anyways. But it's got Samwise in it.
Also, like it's also like one of those movies where it's not really a. It's not a comedy, is it? Like it's a rom-com.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, Adam Sandler's just Adam Sandler. Little Nicky is funny too. Oh yeah, I have no idea what that. I haven't seen that one. I know the name, but I haven't seen it. How would you condition an aerosol spray? You did aerosol like hairspray, would it just like blow it all off his head?
I don't know if I'm actually happy with this.
Shall I start again?
I don't know if I want to start again either.
The dice gods have chosen.
They have, which is why I stuck with it.
Sure. Here's what I would suggest doing. I would start over, but I would do this. Just like pull in and only do the top part. Not that your legs are bad or anything. I think it's fine. But Druid do this.
Yeah, but we've established it's crazy. Right? It's
Right.
gonna be crazy.
You are drawing a school of piranha, which I don't is against the rules. So no Adam Sandler as a kobold, not a suggestion. Little Nicky's awesome as well as Anger Management. Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson, same movie. Yeah, I don't know. Like I just trying to think. Like, there's a handful of Adam Sandler movies that I really, really like. But, like, in the grand scheme of things, he's just made so many that are just... I want to go to Hawaii with my friends, and someone's going to pay me to do that. Like, that's what I feel like a lot of Adam Sandler movies are. So, who knows?
I always
feel ashamed. That's what it is.
Done with Drew Barrymore.
Yep. 51st Dates is one of those. It's almost like Adam Sandler became a YouTuber before YouTube was a thing.
Yeah.
He's just like, me and my friends are just gonna make funny shit and put it on the internet. Except that was not a thing, so it was just people giving him money to make movies. Because it's basically all sketch comedies, right? But I don't know. I always feel weird when I'm like, man, I love that Adam Sandler movie, because I always feel like people are gonna judge me for it. Be right back.
I grew up on Billy Madison, right? Don't think it's a particularly good movie. Would not recommend it to many people, but I still love it. I really think I'm losing my voice.
Eddie Murphy is definitely another one of those actors who plays himself in every movie he's in.
Yeah.
I like Eddie Murphy. He's funny.
Most of my favorite comedic actors are kind of old school by millennial standards. Steve Martin, Martin Short, Madeline
Sure.
Kahn.
Alright, I think I'm done with that. I'm going to move on to the next one. I need to give this umbrella a hook. Otherwise, it's not an umbrella, it's just a parasol.
Is that really the only difference between the two?
No, I made that up.
Okay. Because I don't know.
I definitely have an umbrella with a straight handle. I think it's a golf umbrella, because it can sit in your caddy. Which is technically a parasol. So I have no idea. In Miss Police Academy, I think it's Michael Winslow who plays Michael Winslow. Do gymnasies follow the laws of physics? Would an air genasi be impacted harder by atmospheric pressure? Like they get smaller, smaller or larger depending on the weather. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh my god. Are cloud giants just air genasi at lower atmospheric pressure?
At higher altitudes.
Yeah.
Is that umbrella sword that is electrified? Yes. Yes, that was the intent. I think the prompt said shooting electricity, but that's as far as I got. But you know what? We could do something like this to make that pop a little more. Depends on the setting. Yeah. Alright. Dang it. Hold on a second. 1 second. Be right back. And then I'll roll the dice again. Rip!
I wonder if the actual difference between parasols and umbrellas is that parasols are designed to block the sun and so are not watertight, and umbrellas are maybe just meant for protection from rain and so are watertight. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. Hello, hello. Western Justice, can you hear me better now? I am losing my voice. Hello? Okay, well,
I can hear
I don't
you.
know. Yeah, I know you can hear me, or you can hear me in the YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can never tell if it's me, if it's YouTube, or if Rook's uh
Oh yeah.
stuff is scuffed.
Oof on the voice. How's things for you, Druid?
I'm not too bad. We had a moment where people were saying that they couldn't hear me or Dalcor very well,
Oh,
but that might have just been because I was not talking into my microphone, and my voice is getting airy because I'm using it.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you guys are about the same volume as me. Maybe a little quiet. But let me know. I spent all last week learning how to shuffle cards. Out of
Just for fun.
as a stress response.
Gotcha.
Like my ADHD, I don't actually have ADHD. I mean, I've never tested, so I don't want to say that I have ADHD. But like, the tendencies I have in that direction are like procrastination, and I will find the most mundane, stupid shit to do. Like, I better learn how to juggle today instead of doing work. So, I can now like shoot cards from one hand to the other. But in the process of doing that, my right arm hurts. And I may have like carpal tunneled my thumb. I don't know. So I gotta let that ease up. And by doing that, I mean I have to draw a shit ton this week. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna roll some dice. Card ASMR. Yeah, how's that? People like that? Send money if you like this. As I throw cards all over the place. These cards are sticky. Sticky and awful. Wow. If I had extra money, I might. Do people still like ASMR? Are there still ASMR videos on the internet?
I don't know.
100%.
Probably.
Okay. The only ASMR I've ever followed is a guy on TikTok. Midnight Noodles? Is that his name? He does like ramen reviews, but ASMR ramen reviews. And he's awesome.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah. 12. Female halfling evocation wizard with long pigtails and huge glasses. I dig it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Do you want to switch?
No. Nope.
Okay.
I'm challenging myself.
Good. Draw it again.
Let me know if I'm being insensitive with my
No, you're not. You're not. No, it's
with my overachieving.
No, that it's not that.
Oh, Dalcor, I'm sorry. I'm just so good at this.
I am. I'm
I'm bad at the faces when it comes to just like
yeah.
any
faces
sort
are
of like
hard.
non-humanoid creature.
References, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking at so many right now.
Pick
And
one.
I usually don't.
Pick
I
one.
usually don't.
Faces are just hard.
Yeah.
But,
I'll
like, non-humanoid faces.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I joined the
Sure.
Discord, but I'm being forced into the Super Earth Army. Nice. Nice.
No, yeah, Delco, do you have any idea how many times I've had to like relearn how to draw a hyena face for a knoll?
Right? Every time. Every single time. Yeah.
Every single time. I'm pretty sure I've had to relearn it at least 20 times, and I don't think I've drawn more than 12 knolls.
Uh-oh,
So-
I accidentally opened After Effects. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
I bumped the After Effects button. My computer might crash. I've been attempting to improve my drawing skills. How important is it to have a style I would like to emulate? Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah. So essentially, when you're trying to improve your skills, you want to go as rudimentary as possible. Like, find the things you want to improve on and just work on that. And then eventually, once you get to a point where you want to try a different style or a specific style, then you start worrying about it. Like, that's just it's a completely separate part of art. And like for me, I really like line art. I enjoy doing line art, and so I try to emulate different line art styles. Like there are different ways to do that, different things. So really, just keep practicing your basics, get the things that you want to get better at, and then your style will kind of develop itself, and then you can start doing studies of other people's styles.
Yeah. As if we're just talking like learning fundamentals, like the fundamentals are good for every style. You're never going to go wrong for trying to learn basic stuff.
Yeah. Skulls are awesome for defining shape. Yeah.
At the same time, like, just do what you find fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's
Like,
really important if you don't want to burn out.
Don't burn yourself out. Like, just if you're finding like going deep into the fundamentals is just like a big struggle, take a break and draw what you want.
That's fair. I think something else with that, kind of in that thing is it shouldn't be a chore, right? Like, if it becomes a chore, you're not doing something right. So I do a daily sketch in my sketchbook. I think I'm back up to like days 600 and something, 500 and something. After getting to like day 1500 and then forgetting. But I do that because the motivation of doing that makes me feel better about myself. Like, regardless of the like work I didn't get done or how well I drew that day, like sitting down and doing something makes me feel better. And sometimes I just, you just have to do circles. Like, so doing a little bit of work every day, like when you sit down to draw, even if it's just little sketches, can help. Like, that's going to improve your art over time. But it's not like you have to sit down and do that for an hour. Like, you just don't have to.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't burn yourself out on it. That being said, it is also good to like just find art that you like and emulate it, use it as references. That's a great way to figure out kind of where your art is going with what you like. Styles are neat since there's a lot of people can have their own. It's identifying. Yeah, and it usually happens pretty organically.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific basics I should be doing? So like what I'm doing right now is I'm just doing wireframing. I'm just trying to basically get shapes and like poses down for what I want. I would do this a lot. Even if you don't finish pieces, like just doing this and doing figure drawing is really, really helpful because it gets your body into the mindset of like what stuff should look like. I would recommend that a lot. There's some figure drawing videos you can watch online, as well as Line of Action, I think.
Yep.
Line of Action is a great website that just gives you like random poses of people to draw. And it's good. I'd love to learn to draw, but I have no artistic eye. So many details I'd either miss. Don't know if I'm good or bad. Yeah, I mean, art is such a broad spectrum of things that I think you said drawing. So even with drawing, like, it really depends on what you want to do. Because if you want to do like photorealistic drawings or sketches, I can't do that. I hate it. Like, I just don't like doing it.
Yeah.
I can,
Also,
but I don't like doing it.
I do think that art and creativity is a skill. And
Yeah.
I think anybody and everybody can do art. but a lot of it is sort of like unlocking the skill that is creativity.
Yeah.
And like all skills, you have to commit time to it. And sometimes people just find that there are other things that they'd rather commit that time to, and there's no problem with that.
Yep. If you want to do art, but you don't want to draw, that's totally fine. Like writing, photography, cooking, like all of these things can be art.
Finally feel happy.
Nice.
Good.
I'm telling you, man. Sometimes you just got to redraw it.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah. The one before this was, I hated it so much.
Like what you do or something anime style or something. Yeah, I mean, like, if that's all you want to do, just do it. Like, I know that's the stupid, like, no, that's not helpful. It is. Like, you just got to start doing it. It's a process. Like Dalcor said, it's a process. It takes a while. It's a skill that you can learn.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
You gotta be okay with being bad.
yeah. Like, think about how many people are very successful, and I don't want success to be like the achievement of your art skills, but like, how many comics are this? Right? That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need to start a comic book. So yeah, like, I think a lot of people will look at an artist and be like, I will never be that good, so I'm not going to try. And in my mind, that's either two things. One, you don't actually want to do it, which that's a great. Like, if you hit that barrier to entry and you're like, nope, it's like, cool, find the thing you want to do and invest your motivation into that. Or two, it's like you're kind of giving yourself an excuse. That was the first one. Or two, it really is a mindset of I'll never be that good. And it's like, you don't have to be. Like, if you like something, try to emulate it and just keep working on it. And eventually you might get there, or at least come up with something that is your own. I constantly feel like that with like Frazetta stuff. It's like, I want to be able to draw Frazetta stuff. I'll probably never be able to draw Frazetta stuff. I'm still going to try.
Pretty much every illustrator that has illustrated anything in the last 50 years has said, damn it, I wish I was as good as Frazetta.
Yeah.
and like, none of them are Frazetta, so they're like, it's comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
You don't need to be as you should never try to be as good as somebody else. You should see stuff that you want to do and try to get to a point where you can do it.
Yep. Emulating is great because you're just like, I like this style, I'm going to try to draw that direction. Like, once you start working on that, you can start like getting critique, and you can start looking at like, what is it about this type of art that I really like? And that's what I've done with a lot of Frazetta stuff. It's just like, man, I love his silhouettes, his curves, like a lot of his sketchy line style. I actually like his sketches more than his paintings, which is the thing that I try to emulate more. But you said the way I see it, if I like my work and some people, if I can get a dozen or two people to might be deluding myself, then I'd be happy. That's very achievable. Like, that's very achievable, Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Play with fires in the imagination, Dragon Turtle. If you want to be creative, I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Elliot. Yeah, it really is just like, art is expression. So even though bad art is still good art, and it's because it's a hyper suggestive thing. There are many artists that I know that I hate their artwork, but I respect the hell out of respect the hell out of it because it's good. It's good. I just don't enjoy it, and that's totally fine.
Yep.
Just gonna get to the point where I can draw characters. Can't even get body proportions correct, let alone facial features. Yeah, and those are if that's what you're struggling with, I would do more figure drawings, and then just do a bunch of studies of body shape, proportion shapes. Yep.
Also, like, body proportions are one of the most difficult things to get down. Like, even I've been drawing my entire life, and even I still mess up on proportions and will have to redraw.
And then Dalcor, if I can use you as an example, just today, like, I think something I see a lot of people doing is they'll struggle, especially when they're struggling with like body proportions, is they'll want to finish their piece. Like, they'll start drawing something and then they finish it, and it's like, stop. just do this. Do this a bunch. Like, I'm done with this. I'm never going to touch this again. I'm walking away from it. Like, and so just what you saw, just redrawing it one time, like, there's an improvement.
This is my 4th redraw.
Is it the 4th? It looks great. It looks great. But, like, yeah, like, this is a good, I would say this is a good base for a picture if I wanted to draw it. Because you practice this, right? Like, you practice getting these until you're happy with the pose, and then you go. Dalcor, what you did is you finished it, and then you did another iteration on top of it. So the more you learn to be able to do this quick and fast, and then iterate on top of that, it's just kind of, it's like, that's how you start learning those proportions and positioning.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to waste the time, and I don't want to say waste, but like, you don't spend the time trying to finish something that isn't right from the beginning. So, problem is, I feel like I'm trying to learn to cook without functional taste buds. It's frustrating. Yeah, if that's the way you feel, you might need better instruction. And what I mean by that is references. Find a picture that you like, something that's like, this is what I want, this is the closest thing I want to it. Try to replicate it, but try to replicate it piece by piece. So, like, try to find the pose. Try to understand the lines. Like, don't worry about making the whole piece. Just try to break down the things you like about it. Like I said, so like just the pose. Like, just draw the pose a couple times, and that's what really good master studies are for. And like a lot of traditional artists start that way. Like,
Yeah.
so.
That's how I studied. If you want there's a YouTube video that I really like about learning the basics of anatomy. The YouTube channel is called Blue Biscuits, all one word.
Blue Biscuits.
Yeah. I linked I linked it in the Discord. It's in the art reference. You gotta scroll up for it because I shared it with somebody else. It's like forever ago. But it's it's Blue Biscuits channel. Just how to draw basic anatomy is the video name. And I think that's where I would point you to start. But like, you can learn anything on YouTube pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A good example of kind of what I was talking about earlier, with being like, kind of what we all said about like putting in effort and like spending time, and like it's a skill that you can grow. When I was in high school, I was kind of teaching myself how to draw because I wanted to do comics, and like my art teachers at school didn't want to do that, so I started getting like how to draw manga books, how to draw anime characters and stuff, and I like got really good at drawing Goku in one position, right? like because I just kept using the same references over and just getting really good at that. And then if I wanted to do anything else, I couldn't, because what I had done is I trained myself to draw that one thing, draw Dragon Ball Z pants, and that was it. And so it very much is like you learn stuff over time. So the more you learn about fundamentals, and the more you kind of get these basic ideas down first, the easier it is to transition to other things and try different things. There's nothing wrong with being able to draw one thing, except until you want to draw something else, right? So there are a lot of people out there that are like, they just do portraits. Like, yeah, I don't draw arms. It's too hard. I don't like drawing hands. So they just draw portraits, and they do it really well, and that's fine. You can do the Discord later as well. Yeah, there's a link down below. There should be a link down below.
I think I better stop before I encroach on Dalcor's drawing anymore.
Yeah, well, this just I wasn't going to say anything.
Help!
I'm being oppressed.
I'm just so good.
I didn't vote for you.
Monty Python. I can still quote the whole damn movie. I haven't watched it in probably at least 10 years. Yet it is burned into my brain.
I don't remember what this character... It's been so long since I actually... Evocation Wizard, long pigtails. Oops, alright. Pigtails are the ones that go from the side, right?
I believe so, yeah.
If you are a specialist, you'd better like and or make a lot of money from it. I don't know. Art's art. Do what you want. Cat? We're not going to play this game.
I mean, that's the other thing is I find, and this may be a controversial take. I think the modern sort of hustle culture is really toxic when it comes to stuff like this.
Well, you could have just said he's really toxic and stopped. Like,
you don't
hustle culture is toxic.
Have to turn every hobby that to a money business.
But Delcor, everything is content.
Like it's fine to just do what you do professionally and then like have this thing on the side that you really enjoy to do.
Cat, you gotta chill out.
Let the ideas of making money cloud your
Don't let your ideas be ideas. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
There have been a couple of times where I've drawn something and I've been asked like several different times, like, do I do commissions? Nope. No, I don't. I do this for me.
Oh yeah, Skip Cat. Skip Cat has hijacked the stream. I'm sorry. He will not let me draw. Yes, you get all the pets you want.
Too bad no cat cam of this.
Okay, now you're getting bitey. You're done. You done? Nope, you fucked up.
You ruined it.
You just want tuna fish? Is that the only thing you want? It's only 1 o'clock. You can't have my chair. Get out! Get out, it's my chair! Okay. Evocation Wizard. Yeah, it's interesting how why'd you bite, Rook? Hobby for fun, just saying you can't make it, bro. Just come back. I don't think that's a hustle culture is bad. I am interested in essentially like I used to be a cook and nothing saps your want to do something like getting paid for it. That's the only way I can say it. So like even drawing, like I used to draw for fun and cook for work, and now I draw for work and cook for fun. So like yeah, there's definitely something about what you're saying, Dalcorp, just like holding things kind of sacred to yourself. Like, this is for me. That's totally legit. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you want to turn it into a job, that's just a different thing. It's a totally different thing. I'm very, very glad that I get to make my money drawing because I enjoy doing it. Cooking was something that I enjoyed doing that also paid the bills. So that was nice, and it's one of the reasons I liked doing it, but I like this more. I feel like we need to do something a little different for her face. I feel like what people say is do commissions, but then take a draw something fun on the side and make sure you are enjoying it. Yeah, I mean that's part of like the Why You Should Play series for me is I want to do something. I want to draw something for myself, and it's hard for me to sit down and say I'm going to draw for myself now because I should be working on somebody else's project. So the Why You Should Play videos are essentially chunks of time where I've set aside time and money for myself. Like that's how I do it. That's how I justify it. Right. Okay, Skip Cat. I gotta give Skip Cat some tuna fish. I see you. Yes, you're very cute. You're very cute. Come on.
I just zoomed out. I'm an idiot. Was it worth all this time? Yeah, probably.
It's honestly one of the reasons I like the Patreon so much. Because Patreon is essentially people being able to say, hey, I like what you're doing. Take the time to do it. Right? Like, that's what's amazing about the Patreon. Which we have a Patreon if you want to support me. Down at the bottom. But, so like, a lot of the times what I'll do for the Patreon members that have like the Bugbear and above is I'll send them stickers from the Why You Should Play series, as well as just like little things that I'm working on, or like, hey, I want to make a card for myself this week, and I'll send that to them because that's it. Like they're basically allowing me to spend some time every month just being creative and doing what I want, which is great, and I love it. Versus like commissions, which are still my artwork, but it is someone else asking me to do something for them, so it's a little different. It doesn't always come up with the same vibe. The Goblin Pickle card, yeah. I would love to make a whole set for, like, enchanted items. And I might still. I've got a few now. It's time. It's time to restart this one. Alright, welcome in, by the way. Vampire teeth? Can halflings be vampires? I don't see why not, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they're based on hobbits, right? And hobbits are supposed to be a subspecies of human?
I think they might be closer to a subspecies of Trent, but... I said Trent. Tree ants. But that's debatable. And we're not allowed to talk about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the hobbits might have come from the Entwives. They might be tree folk.
I thought that they were supposed to be the smallest of the smallest and least noticeable of men, which is why they were so important in the end.
Mm-hmm. So it's like...
Oh, that was part of the story, but I could be wildly off.
Well, so now, as far as I'm aware, there aren't any like halflings, like actual halflings between hobbits and people. There are half human, half elves. Because like elves are just immortal humans, whereas the humans are like the Numenorians. It's weird, doesn't matter. But yeah, the halflings, I don't know. I think the halflings are supposed to be more kind of elemental, like nature based than the humans were.
Okay.
Because they kind of got snuck in there at the end of the story, and the Silmarillion doesn't really talk about it as much. I'd buy a proper cardstock deck somewhere between $12 and $30, depending on the number of cards. Yeah, I think I need to make like a whole deck and then just have them professionally printed, but dragons can be vampires too, so yes, that's fair. They came from Tom Bombadil. Maybe.
I don't think so.
The halflings exist, then that implies the existence of a foaling.
Well, yeah, but
I don't like that. Can you take that back?
What is done is done.
I'm.
There we go. You know what? I'm gonna
Yep.
call that.
We're gonna leave it. Yeah. I actually think I'm gonna call it because my chair is killing me, and I don't think I can set up my
That's fine.
desk for much longer.
It's 1:30. I'll continue on for a little bit, and then we'll probably call it at like 2.
Okay, cool. I'll still hang out in the chat, but I'm gonna
Sure.
have to move away from my microphone. So, yeah.
I'll double check the Silmarillion, but I think this is not like, this is me. Oh, we lost Druid. Because he's not sitting in his chair. That makes sense. I think the implication was that, like, humans started existing, and, like, the Numenorians did their whole shebang. And then the only reference that I can think of is that the Entwives went into the West to start a new project, and then eventually the Hobbits came out of the West. But, like, those two things are not related in the book. Like, I don't think they've ever been talked about being related. But that's the only thing I can think of. So it might be worth looking up. Corvus, welcome in. What happens to the drawings of these streams when you finish them? We put them in the Discord, under the Discord and Draw tab. And you can use them for, like, your home games and stuff if you'd like. You're very welcome to do that. Whew.
I saw that you're talking about the Entwives.
Yeah. Druid asked if the hobbits were... Maybe it wasn't Druid. Somebody asked if the hobbits were half people, half something else. And I don't think they are. I think they're an oddity in the... I can't select 2 layers at once. What is going on here? Oh, Dalcor, I just stole your layer. I'm sorry.
No. Wait. Did you? As long as what's on it hasn't been.
No, I just have control of it now. So if you need me to turn on your bird, let me know.
Not my bird. It's my.
I stole your bird layer.
You stole my. Oh, now you stole my bird layer.
You should be able to just double click it to get it back.
You also stole my tiefling.
Oh, I did. Yep. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're just stealing everything. Just go ahead and steal my lion.
It's just take it all. I kind of interpret hobbits as humanoid borrowing creatures like rabbits or badgers. Yeah, maybe.
I'm doing a bit of digging. Hobbits first appear in Lord of the Rings written records when they were living in the Vales of Orderon.
Lordaeron? Or is it
Something like
different?
that. It's between Mirkwood and the Misty Mountains.
Yeah, okay. So elf country.
Lake Town.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where they first started, and then they kind of went west.
Clearly, the hobbits came about by the elves vampirically draining humans of their height and arrogance. Chorus, how are you doing?
I'm okay. But I remember Brennan Lee Mulligan, he was talking about it, and he was making a joke. The reason why we don't see anything about the Antwives is because they just got annoyed with Treebeard and all the other men just taking too much time talking, so they just up and left.
I think that was the implication, yeah.
They just took too long to say anything and just rambled.
Whether or not you have the interpretation that Tolkien may or may not have been very closeted gay, regardless of whether you want to go that far, Tolkien had some very interesting like connections with women. It's just like
He liked strong women and princesses.
yeah.
Kind of it. And like one conniving hobbit woman.
Yeah.
The in-laws.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he's basically got his mother, his wife, and his in-laws. Those are the three women he can write. Oops. Aggie just exploded. Yeah, that tracks. I got the updated version of Lord of the Rings for my birthday, so I was pretty happy about that. I now have the whole collection. I think the funniest part about the Ents and the Entwives is that, like, I think Treebeard says, like, oh, we looked for him, and then we just kind of gave up. It's like they got tired of your shit, and they left. And then you were like, oh, no, whatever. But I think it is inferred that it's at least inferred that the Entwives made the Shire, I think. I think that's the one, like... So whether or not the hobbits, like, came to the Shire, or, like I said, were kind of like the new thing that was made, I think they're related.
Yeah.
Did you say write what you know? Yeah. Wait, updated. How do you update Lord of the Rings? Did you get a Ouija board or contact Tolkien? What does that mean? So, no, a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, they re-released the books with, like, original artwork that Tolkien had done. So, like, they took all of his notes and stuff and put them all in a, like, a thing. So, like, the story hasn't changed or anything, but it's got, like, it has a... preface, is that what it's called? Yeah. So it basically has all of Tolkien's old maps and like...
Is this where we get the appendices at?
I don't think so. I think the appendices are just like from his notes. But it also has like some writing from Christopher Tolkien talking about some different stories. Like something that I thought was really funny was the original map. The original map they produced of the Misty Mountain. Not the Misty Mountain. Yeah, the Misty Mountain. With, like, the moon runes. The reason it's written backwards is because they had tried to print it on two-sided paper, so if you held it up to the light, it would, like, shine through. And it didn't really work, but then it just became part of the lore in the movies and stuff. And so it's really funny. There's all, like, they just talked about that kind of stuff. So it's really more of, like, a collection of additional artifacts with the books. So... And they re-released The Hobbit, The Silmarillion, and The Lord of the Rings like that. So it came as a set. Well, I got them individually, but I have the whole set now. So. Tom Bombadil was his kid's toy, but I think in some ways he was a self-insert as the dad that forgets to do the chores. Probably. I like Tom Bombadil.
And I totally get why they left him out in the movies, because trying to explain Tom Bombadil, keep it within the movie and make it make sense would just take too long.
Yeah, like, you really need a little bit of Silmarillion knowledge to make Tom Bombadil make sense. Let's give her like a wand. A wand pouch or something. I thought you meant they updated Lord of the Rings to today's audience. Nope. I mean, that's essentially what the new TV shows are. Treebeard after seeing Isengard. Oh no, mistakes have been made. I don't know. I don't think any of the Ents died. I mean, not a lot of people died in those books, regardless.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't what it was about. But, like, the Ents kind of destroy Isengard, like, real bad. Plus, they had to add the Borrowite scene as well. That might be a bit much for some people. That was you.
Yeah, I was just reading that the Entwives are most likely gone because of the first big war against Sauron.
Oh, okay. They left a long time ago.
Yep. I believe. Unless I'm misunderstanding what the War of the Last Alliance is.
I think the Borrowites would have been hard for the movies because they kind of go through the whole thing with the Dark Rider in the movie, and I think that's a really good villain. And then if you just have the Borrowites all of a sudden, it would have been like, wait, who the fuck are those guys? Because they're not really related to the rest of the story. They kind of are, but like, yeah. So I think I understand why they removed him and Tom Bombadil, them and the Tom Bombadil. But, like, also, that's where they get the cool swords. They have the borrow blades and stuff. What's the memeiest way you can summarize the Silmarillion? Best I got was Dark Lord and giant Lovecraftian spiders do the heist to steal the light. I would go with the universe is made out of song and some asshole continues to sing out of tune. Like
Some Nepo baby thinks he's good.
yeah. Hey, I see you made some elves. That's cool. Look what I made. Oh God, stop doing that. Oh, you made some magical crystals. That's cool. Can I have them? No, you can't. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take those. Oh, you don't like that? Well, I'm gonna make some magical rings to control all your toys. It's like, all right. Whiny child is upset that can't sing on key. That's how I would describe it.
Or refuses to acknowledge that they're singing off key.
Younger child refuses to participate in family Christmas event.
I mean, that's any of us.
At the end of the day, that's essentially what Lord of the Rings is. It's just like Tolkien trying to tell stories to his kids about his kids misbehaving. But he made elves, so I made dwarves. Dwarves are cooler than elves. It's like, all right, stop it. We're going to put these away for a little while. Tournament of Rocks. Movies need to be strong connection plot, but books history needs leftovers for previous short stories that aren't told to the current plot. Yeah. So who was the Sauron kid? Oh yeah, which one of them was it? Chris Tolkien, the original inspiration for Sauron, with his one giant glowing eyeball. Ungoliant? I don't know that name. That sounds familiar, but I couldn't place which one that was. What was the original Dark Lord? Because Sauron was basically like the demigod of
Morgoth?
Morgoth, yeah.
Thank you, Burning, for putting it in there.
Spoiled brat intentionally ruins harmony by singing off key. Yep. Oh yeah, Burning got it. That being said, I would actually be okay with movies about the take of Bareen and yeah, I think so. That'd be really cool. There's a lot of really good chunks of lore. Like, I mean, that's one of the reasons that I think that the movie and the books have been around for so long, because they have staying power beyond the one story they tell. Giant spider thing, which as far as I'm aware wasn't created by the song, just showed up and started eating things. Oh, I thought Morgoth created it. Sauron was the weekend Chris, that big guy. There's a back to Helldivers. I haven't done the robots too much. I haven't fought them too much. But there's at one point where they're like, they have this giant tower, and it does this, and there's a red beacon. And if you get too close to the tower, the beacon stares at you and starts launching like ships after ships of reinforcements at you until you die. I have not yet figured out how to destroy this thing. I think there's it's rough. It's really rough, but it's just fun. It's essentially the giant ring. Yeah, you gotta get the ring and destroy the tower, throw it into a volcano. It's like a mini game that we just keep getting murdered by. Middle Earth's largest dragon and its defeat is something I want to learn about. Yeah. Smaug is actually he's one of the last few dragons, but apparently he was pretty small. He got bigger, but apparently he was pretty small compared to other dragons, so scary. Same thing with the Balrogs. Like, the Balrogs were all over the place, and now there's just the one left. Well, was one left. Give me 1 second. What time is it? 1:44? Yeah, I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. What time is it here? 1:50. I'm probably just gonna do some more detail on this and probably call it for the day. Still sad. Only dragons from Lord of the Rings they used in Magic was Smog as a token creature, meaning it wasn't even a useful card. I wanted a large dragon in the middle. That would have been interesting. Yeah. Lord of the Rings is just a world of time where everything is falling apart. Even the big bads from the previous era are worn down. Yeah. I mean, that's why the elves are leaving.
That makes sense considering he did went through World War One, which is kind of really the tipping point of like a lot of empires just kind of falling apart.
Despite being present in some of my favorite settings, still hate the dying magic, let alone dying world sort of trope. It all but slams the door on anything more interesting happening. Yeah, I think you could look at that as being kind of like the beauty of the mundane. Like, especially for Tolkien, it was very much like it's people's time now, right? Like, the magic is fading from the world.
It's our world, our time.
Yeah.
Quote the Goonies.
I forgot about the Goonies. Samwise.
Yep. Also, didn't realize Sean Astin, Rastin, his adopted dad is the guy who formerly played as Gomez. Like,
oh yeah.
Black and white TV show.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's funny. Doop-boop. Doop-boop. Doesn't the ring canonically change size so Smog can wear it on his tail or claw? He could, but the ring chooses who wears it, for the most part. So, like, Smog having the ring would have to be a thing that the ring wants. Yeah. The ring itself makes the person that wears it more that person. The ring chooses the wizard, Harry. That would be a much different story had Harry Potter got the One Ring. You got an invisibility cloak, so like not too much off. Cursed artifacts, am I right? Right? Yeah.
He gets an OP1, a magical invisibility cloak.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter is like the most
greatest with Nepo babies.
Mm-hmm. I love the idea that Neville Longbottom's actually the
chosen one,
the chosen child or whatever, but Harry Potter is just kind of a rich, snotty kid that gets all this free crap.
Yeah.
And so everyone thinks the story's about him.
Like, yeah, sure, he had really crappy, like, aunt and uncle. That he had.
Oh yeah, I mean, like his parents died and stuff. Like we're not saying that Harry Potter didn't have it hard.
It's just compared to like other people in the world, he kind of had it easy compared to some people.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're rich. You literally have one of two wands in the world with a phoenix feather in it. Your professor gives you one of the fastest brooms at the time for free.
Right.
As just a gift.
I wonder why Harry Potter's so good at Quidditch. Well, because he's got the best damn equipment.
Yep.
I do like the Harry Potter books. As much shit as Rowling has given herself, like, I still think the story's good. Harry Potter is Bruce Wayne. Yeah, it's essentially Magic Batman, for sure. I can't get over the massive plot, world-building, magic system holes in Harry Potter. Also, already have a Harry Dresden who is much better. That's true. I do prefer Harry Dresden over Harry Potter every day of the week. But they're different kinds of stories, so. I like to think that, like, all the shit that's happening to the Harry Potter universe, like, through the books, following Harry Potter, like, has no impact in America. It's just like American wizards are just completely normal, and, like, everything in there, like, oh, some weird super wizard is trying to take over 2 high schools in Europe, and everyone's like, great, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yeah.
Get your shit together. Were any of my family of Harry Potter, grandma, grandpa, if everyone's gone except the Muggle family? Where are any of the family of Harry? Where's the rest of them? Yeah, like, why did everybody else be dead? I mean, yeah, I guess the only one that was left was the aunt and uncle, right?
Like, did James just not... Was he an only child, and did he just, like, wipe out all his side of the family as well?
Yeah. Not to mention, like, oh, hello, sister, who hates me religiously, and also your husband's kind of a dick. Will you be the godparents of my child? It's like, maybe not.
Whole host of other people who have gladly taken Harry in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, technically, whatever the crap, I can't remember his name. His godfather was actually the other guy, but he was in prison. So, like,
yes,
that's fair. That's fair. Sirius was in prison, so he should have been Harry's guardian.
Yeah.
American Wizards would have had a Glock as a backup. Exactly, yeah. Infinite ammo glitch. Pew, pew, pew.
Don't watch the Fantastic Beasts movies.
I watched the first one, and I was like, yeah, that's alright.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the rest of them,
It
though.
gets a bit weird.
Does it?
It's like...
I hate the American Wizards have more laws than Britain, and Americans are more about freedom talk, about favoritism. I mean, depends on what state you're in.
Yep.
Second Fantastic Beasts films was terrible. Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Because it's like, you meet Grindelwald, and then it's just like, the whole situation where it's like, he's not wrong. Like, he's not like Voldemort, who's like, only pure blood.
He's not wrong,
Like,
he's just an asshole.
he's just, I guess, but it's just like, the things he says are very true statements, and it's just...
Didn't he
they
think
don't
that...
want-
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish up.
But yeah, he just... Because he wants to, like, become wizard president
Okay.
of, like, the world. To, like... So wizards aren't being hunted around like they were in America and other parts of Europe anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, we don't need to be hiding. He very much wanted wizards to, like, be out in the open.
Okay.
It was the Magneto versus Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's kind of what I thought. That's what I was going to ask. It's just I thought he wanted wizards to be ruling the world, and it's like, fair. Solve a lot of problems with magic.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very Magneto versus Charles Xavier.
Yeah. I never thought of it like that
Magneto's
until you
not
said
really
it.
a
I was like, yeah.
bad guy.
Yeah. Magneto's not. He's just... That was kind of the...
But he's not.
That was kind of the thing with a lot of the X-Men comics was Magneto was always trying to do something to further mutant liberation, and so Xavier's not like, we should throw him in jail. He's just like, hey, stop it. Stop that. Shame on you.
saw a clip from one. I don't know when it was, like from the older X-Men cartoon, and Xavier like floods Magneto's brain with like memories of Germany 1940s.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I just like that's pretty evil. Are we sure Xavier's supposed to be the good guy here?
Oh no, Xavier was a monster. He was also part of the Illuminati, and yeah, he did a lot of questionable stuff.
Like making someone relive the most traumatic experience of their life.
I mean, how else do you do psychic damage to somebody? That's kind of your option. Magneto, stop it! Get some help. Yeah, exactly. They didn't have any combat for when your wand was lost or broken. Like the wandless casting was a thing. So why not train for when you get disarmed? Even a throwing knife would have been held. Yeah, can't push a button if you don't have a hand, right? Sorry, I just watched Starship Troopers. Yeah, like there was a lot of plot holes in the Harry Potter stuff. Partially just about like the wizards functioning at all, because humanity just doesn't make sense comparatively to it. The way they trained their students, why they trained their students in the way they did, and like just the complete arrogance of wizards made them essentially like inept as people.
Yeah, I remember reading, because I didn't think too hard about the wand thing until I was reading a thing that before she kind of went crazy on Twitter. She was describing other schools, and she described the school in like Central Africa as basically teaching their students how to use magic without like needing wands, and how the rest of Wizard Society like is like terrified of them because like you don't know if they're casting magic or not.
Right.
It's just like, why don't you teach your other students this? A wand is a liability.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit that just like Rowling obviously just didn't think about when she was writing the book, which is common. Like that happens for a lot of young writers too. So I don't think if X-Men were real, there would be as many people hunting mutants as they do in the comics. Well, so X-Men was essentially about was written like to coincide with the my brain can't word right now. I wanted to say social justice, but that's not right.
Civil rights?
Civil rights, thank you. Yeah, the civil rights movement. And it very much was supposed to be kind of coinciding with that, talking about that. Yeah. Corvus Nilly, got it.
There's a lot of liberation.
Mm-hmm. And so, with that as well, like, and then even moving forward, comics have always kind of done, especially Marvel. Marvel's really good about kind of taking things that are happening in our society and in our culture and distilling them in a way that people can disseminate it. So, like, if you read Civil War, the original Civil War comic was written as an allegory to the Patriot Act, which is happened right after 9/11. Which, yeah, and that was the contingency of like, do we want the government to take away certain people's rights because it's better for everybody or not? Should superheroes have to divulge their identities or not? And then, why are we fighting in general when we should really be helping each other? So, like, they're really good at that. They're really good at that. That's when I think comics can be really helpful, because it kind of sneaks complex situations and concepts in a much kind of friendlier, entertaining way that people can kind of pick it up without really realizing that they have to. You don't have to just sit down and lecture somebody. You can actually like give them the story and have them understand something without having to really like shove it down their throat. I miss you, Stan Lee, you magnificent bastard. Yeah. Yeah. Alex Radcliffe had a great video on how and why people should hate mutants and superpowered beings. Okay. I mean, it's terrifying. Like, I think a great example of one of them, I think they might have said it in the movie, but like, what if one of these mutants can just shut off all power in like a 100-mile radius? You basically have a walking nuke. And that happens in Kingdom Come, which is a DC comic, which is really good. I highly suggest reading Kingdom Come. It's by Alex Ross. Does the art. Alex Ross does the art. He's amazing. And what happened was somebody stabbed like Kid Nova in the chest or something, and he blew up Wisconsin. Like the whole of Wisconsin just gets vooped off the map because this superhero got killed. And it kind of does the same thing. It like shuts down the Justice League, and they're like, super powered people are too dangerous. Yeah, I highly suggest reading that one. I would read Civil War, and I would read Kingdom Come. Both really, really good comics, and they're not too long. They're like short graphic novels. So, Girl That Can Walk Through Walls being able to steal anything. Yeah, like I can definitely see the Mutant Registration Act seems rational to me when you have people walking around that can, say, punch trains. Like, maybe we need to know who can do that. But it's a rights thing. Like, do we have the right to do that? And then in a lot of the future comics, it starts with that, and then all of a sudden they start hunting down mutants, and then mutants get like put away in camps and stuff, and it's like it's all allegorical. It's all allegorical. So they have tons and tons of ways of looking at people's like kind of history and sociology and stuff in a comic book, which is great. I love it. So I think I'm done for the day. I'm gonna call it there. That's why I got the point. I agreed with Syndrome. Yeah. Yeah. When everybody's super, no one is super. So. Which is the same argument of like, no, I don't want to get really political, so maybe I won't bring that up. But I always think of if everybody had guns, we'd be safer, and it's like, maybe there's still some people that maybe I don't want having guns just because I know them personally, and that terrifies me. So it's never as clear cut as we want it to be, and I think that's kind of the human experience in general. So. Thanks again, everybody. I will be back hopefully on Friday. I should be fine the next few weeks because we are kind of waiting for the child. And yeah, so the next few weeks are going to be kind of up in the air. I will keep trying to do these streams. And we'll just keep going, and I'll keep people posted. So if you're not subscribed and following the community posts, do that. If you're not on the Discord, join the Discord. If you want to join the Patreon, I'll be sending out like a lot of little goodies over the next few months, just because I don't know how much I'll be streaming, so I'll be trying to like send that stuff out more. The child with the power, yeah, power of the babe. Yeah, so we'll be doing all that kind of fun stuff. It's gonna be a fun time, I hope. Otherwise, stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, and we will see you hopefully on Friday. Bye, everybody. Bye.